James Pelton here today. We are going to be talking about another potential revenue stream for you. So a potential side hustle. And this is one that you might have heard of, you might have thought about, you might have even tried yourself, but there's a little twist on it. So we're going to be talking about a new ride sharing platform, and I'm going to have Alex kind of walk us through it, what it is, how it's different than Uber and Lyft and the other stuff that's out there, and how you potentially can use this as a way for you to make extra income. I was really thinking about yesterday just how the cost of living is skyrocketing. And I think we're getting to the point, and maybe some of you feel this. Let me know in the comments if you're already to this point where having just one job or one stream of income is just not enough to make ends meet for most people. So there's a lot of people that are looking for additional revenue streams. And so that's where I've seen these, some of these ride sharing platforms really take off, because there's the flexibility of working it around, your other jobs, but it can just be an extra income source for you. So we're going to talk through that and talk about if this is the right fit for you. Go ahead and say hello if you're here. We have Pam, who's a new member to my community. Thank you, Pam, for joining. Appreciate you. We're going to be doing a members only giveaway tomorrow. So if you are not currently a member, click the join button below and at least hop in for the members only videos. We have a pretty good time in there. And then question for the day before we bring Alex on. Have you ever done, I'll ask this, have you ever driven Uber or Lyft or some ride sharing service? Let me know. I just want to see who's done it before. I've actually done it a couple of times. So I can't even remember. It's been several years ago, but it's so flexible. I love it. So Dan says side hustles are a must. Yeah, it's becoming, it's going from becoming a nice to have to, hey, if we want to be able to, I was at Wendy's. I took my whole family there. It was like $112. I have a big family, but I couldn't believe it. That's fast food prices. So let's introduce our guest here today. Alex, thank you for hopping on here today. Can you do a quick introduction of yourself and how you got to this point, and then we will talk through Revo.
Sure. So my name is Alex Scar. I'm with Revo Rideshare. So Revo Rideshare is actually part of a larger company called Snap Partners. So that's our parent company, and we're a company built on disruption. So we look for industries that need fixing. We come up with innovative solutions, and then we implement those for change and to help disrupt that industry. So our newest project that we're working on is the rideshare industry with Revo Rideshare. So Revo is actually short for revolution. And that's exactly what we're doing here is we're starting a rideshare revolution. We're giving the power back to the customers and back to the drivers, taking the whole corporate overreach out of it. But while at the same time, we're revolutionizing the technology that goes into rideshare. We've spent millions of dollars building our whole back end on the blockchain. So for those of you that are interested in blockchain technologies and crypto and that kind of stuff, it's the wave of the future, and it's just the way that things are going. And we're adopting this early. We wanted to make sure to bring that technology soon and fast. And we're going to have a lot of really fun, interesting things that are going to be a part of our company. So, but a little bit about me and how I got started. So like you, I've done rideshare in the past. I was actually a rideshare driver for Lyft and Uber, and I loved it back in the day. This was probably 6 or 7 years ago, because when you need extra money, you can just hop in your car, turn on your app, go start picking up people in your spare time, and then you can earn some money. And back in the day, it was a little bit more lucrative. You can make between 60 to 70% on the rides that you do, and you can work part-time and make some pretty good side money. So, but that's changed dramatically over the years. And I have a lot of rideshare friends that are still doing it today, but they brought that down significantly. Rideshare drivers are generally making between 40 to 45% of a ride now instead of 60 to 70%. So that's exactly what we're trying to fix, because now what used to be a part-time gig where you can make good side hustle money now is turned into you got to work a full-time side hustle to make part-time money. And that's what we want to try to fix. So I've actually been involved with Snap Partners and Paul Michael. So Paul Michael, he's the CEO and curator of Revo Rideshare. So he's really the brains behind the operation. I'm just kind of one of the mouthpieces. But Paul's actually been one of my mentors for well over 20 years. He kind of took me under his wing when I was 19 years old, just some shy Asian kid from Phoenix. He used to live here in Arizona with me. And he showed me the ropes when it comes to business and how to conduct yourself and how to be successful and everything else in between. And I've used a lot of those teachings over the years to kind of help myself be successful in multiple businesses. I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I'm always looking for great opportunities and side hustles. And that's one of the things that Snap Partners does is we've created multiple side hustles. We have about 7 different things that people can get involved with. But the most beautiful thing is a lot of them are passive income. That's the biggest thing with rideshare. You can go and do rideshare all you want, but the moment you turn off your app, or if you get sick, or if your car breaks down, you're not making any money anymore. But if you can find a passive income stream where you can earn money regardless if you're working or not, that's really the name of the game. And when you talk to a lot of these big money gurus out there and the people that are walking stages and telling everyone, how to be rich and successful, one of the main things that they resonate across all of them is you have to find multiple streams of passive income. So I worked with Paul on the development side. So we worked on the apps together. And then now we have the apps taken over by a new gentleman by the name of James. And he's really like the Jason Bourne when it comes to technology, when it comes to coding and stuff like that. So he's done some amazing, fantastic things. And like I said, we spent a lot of money to build this thing on the blockchain. So, but what makes us different? I've talked a little bit about Revo and rideshare in general, but what makes us different? There's a lot of companies out there trying to jump into the rideshare industry, but they're all doing it the exact same. They're charging their customers an arm and a leg. They're trying to pay their drivers as little as possible. And really the only one making money is the rideshare company. So what we do is we pay our drivers more, way more, just a lot more than what they're getting used to paying right now. And it gives them an opportunity to really start their own business within our business. So we also charge our customers less. That's one of the biggest things is drivers make more, our customers make less. And then we have a refer and earn program. So that's how we grow. We don't spend money on advertising and marketing. We're not spending hundreds of millions of dollars going out there and trying to go and grab market share. We'd rather take 60% of every dollar that we bring in and pay it out to you guys, our community, to help us grow. So if you go and bring on customers, or if you go bring on drivers with your own referral link, everyone that joins up as our customer, whether you're a rider or driver, you get a unique referral link and you can go invite other people. And if you invite those other people, every time a transaction happens, whether they're giving a ride or taking a ride, you're going to get paid off that transaction. So this is a true residual passive income opportunity that's free. A lot of people, they're like, I want a side hustle, but a lot of side hustles out there, if you're ever watching TikTok or a lot of these gurus, they always invite you to some free class and say, hey, come check out my free master class. And by the end of the class, after they all get you jazzed up and hyped, they're like, all right, so now for a low down payment of $7,000, you too can have my master course. That's not what we're doing here. We're giving a free opportunity. We're just doing things a little bit different. So let's talk about the driver side for a moment. So on the driver side, normally drivers, like I said before, they make between 40 to 45% of whatever that ride is. So if you have a customer and they do $100 ride, well, if you're the driver, you're making 40 to 45 bucks of that. But unfortunately, you still have to deal with the customers that sometimes can be unruly. You got to put the gas in the car, the maintenance, the tires, and everything else. So that's 40 to 45% before all of your expenses. So, and again, they used to be 60 to 70%. And that's really where the big difference is. So with Revo, again, we wanted to start a revolution and really kind of give the drivers the power back to run their business and earn the money like they used to, and then some. So with our platform, we pay our drivers all of whatever the mileage, the time, and the tip is, 100% of that, and all we keep is just $1. So that's all we keep from the driver is just $1, the rest. So that's fantastic because now drivers are actually getting paid what they're worth. At the end of the day, with rideshare, without the drivers, we're just an app. We're just a software company. We don't have any of our own cars. We don't have any of our own drivers. We're not a taxi service. Rideshare is having everyday people use their vehicles to basically go and pick people up and earn extra money, and they get to earn a portion of the pie. Unfortunately, with these other companies, they get the tiny piece of the pie, and we wanted to give them the big piece. So on top of whatever the gas, the mileage, and the tip is, the customer pays either $5 a ride. So every single time they take a ride, they pay whatever the mileage, the time, and the tip is. plus $5. So we keep that $5. That's how we kind of pay ourselves. But a majority of that, 60% of it, goes into our referral program. And again, we pay out residual referrals for inviting people to our app. If a customer is taking more than 6 rides in a month, then it just makes sense for them to be on what we call our Freedom Pass. So $30 a month, and then you don't pay that extra $5 a ride. You still pay the same mileage, the time, and the tip. So the driver makes the same regardless. But you as a customer, you don't pay that $5. You just pay the $30 a month. Or if you're a power user and maybe you don't have a car or you use rideshare more often, then you can actually buy an annual pass, an annual Freedom Pass, which is $250 a year. And that saves you $110 versus doing the $30 a month for 12 months. But again, you pay the same mileage, the time, and the tip. So let's break that down real quick. So if you have a ride, normally the ride is $100, where the driver's making 40 to 45. Again, with Revo, we're going to be less expensive for the customer. Probably up to 15% is around the average. So that $100 ride may now only be an $85 ride with Revo. If the customer is paying $5 per ride, then $5 comes out of that 85. There's $80 left over. We keep $1 of that, and then the driver gets the rest. So the driver's making $79 out of 85 versus 40 to 45 out of 100. So drivers love us. And every driver that I talk to, they're like, man, it's about time someone else stepped in and gave us another option, because your option were getting screwed by this company or getting screwed by that company, and you really didn't have any control. And I've had multiple times where I've been in a Lyft and an Uber where the driver after the ride says, hey, here's my personal business card. The next time you need a ride, give me a call directly so we can leave the other guys out of it and I can pay more. If you appreciate my, how I do my business and everything else, then come to me directly. And it happens all the time. Why not give them an opportunity to do that without having to take all the risks and everything else and the insurances and all of the stuff that a company has to do in order to start a rideshare business? We take care of all of that for them. They get to keep a majority of the fare, and everyone's happy. So that's how we're different for the driver. Again, the driver makes way more money. The customer pays less money. But let's talk about a referral program for a second, because that's really the secret sauce of what makes this thing beautiful, in my opinion, and gives you that passive income. So again, we take 60 cents of every dollar that we bring into the organization. So that $5 and that $1 the driver leaves, that's what we keep, and 60% of that goes back out to you guys, the community. This is what we call a community-grown rideshare company, as residual referrals. So if you're a customer or a driver and you invite another customer onto the platform, so they take a ride, they pay that $5, we keep that $5, but you as the referring partner, you get 20% of that $5 or $1 every single time that customer takes a drive with us. Which is massive. If you go and get 1,000 customers and they all take a ride today, well, guess what? You just made $1,000 today. If they all collectively take a ride again tomorrow, you make another $1,000 again tomorrow. It's ongoing. It's transactional. Every single time a transaction happens from that point forward, as long as the customer's on our platform, this isn't a promotional deal just to get us going. This is just our business model. So, the customer, whoever brings that person on, they get $1 out of the $5. So now, if that customer is on our $30 a month platform, where they're on our Freedom Pass, well, you get 20% of that too, or $6 every single month. Again, this is passive income opportunity. So what if you have 1,000 of those and they all pay the $30 a month and you're getting $6 off of each one of those? Well, you can do the math. That's a pretty nice chunk of change coming in as a side hustle, just for inviting people to a platform that they're probably already using. 95% of the people that have a smartphone out there have either Lyft or Uber or both downloaded into their phone, whether they use it on a regular basis or just when they go travel or they're out and about. Most people are using that service versus a taxi service. So we're just giving a better opportunity where drivers make more, customers pay less, and everyone has an opportunity to earn with us. So if the customer is paying the $250 per year or the annual Freedom Pass, well, now you're getting 20% of that, or $50 every single year that customer pays that. So again, it's another great opportunity for you guys to make money. And then on the driver side, because again, we need drivers and people are going to invite those drivers. That's how people come onto our platform, is being invited by other people. So out of that dollar they leave behind, that goes into a referral program, 60% of every dollar. And whoever brought on that driver gets 20% of that dollar, or 20 cents, but every single time that driver makes a ride. And a lot of drivers, they can do a lot of rides in a day. I know I was doing about 10 to 20 rides a day on average. And it's pretty easy. And the unfortunate thing is, after a while of being a rideshare driver, you just kind of zone out, and it just becomes numb to, just doing your everyday job, picking up people. And maybe you're, happy about it in the beginning, and, towards the end of the day, you might not be a little bit grumpy. So, but with our platform, you're going to get 20 cents off of every single time that driver makes a drive. And the beautiful thing is, as a driver, when I was in rideshare, again, if I didn't ride or drive that day, I didn't make any money. But with us as a driver, drivers, and people are going to invite those drivers. That's how people come onto our platform, is being invited by other people. So out of that dollar they leave behind, that goes into a referral program, 60% of every dollar. And whoever brought on that driver gets 20% of that dollar, or 20 cents, but every single time that driver makes a ride. And a lot of drivers, they can do a lot of rides in a day. I know I was doing about 10 to 20 rides a day on average. And it's pretty easy. And the unfortunate thing is, after a while of being a rideshare driver, you just kind of zone out, and it just becomes numb to, just doing your everyday job, picking up people. And maybe you're, happy about it in the beginning, and, towards the end of the day, you might not be a little bit grumpy. So, but with our platform, you're going to get 20 cents off of every single time that driver makes a drive. And the beautiful thing is, as a driver, when I was in rideshare, again, if I didn't ride or drive that day, I didn't make any money. But with us as a driver, you can go bring on other drivers. You can go and invite a fleet of drivers. And if they're all out there making rides, well, you're getting paid residual income.
Learn more about QuickBooks and live experts.
And another thing that we're actually adding here very, very shortly, hopefully here within the next week, is going to have the ability for our drivers to really build their own business within our business, because customers are going to be able to favorite their drivers. Have you ever gotten to a Lyft and an Uber? You had a great conversation with the driver the whole way, and at the end of the ride, you're like, man, I really wish I can just get you to be my driver every single time. But they don't give that option. But with us, our customers are going to be able to favorite their drivers, and then that way they can schedule rides with them whenever they want, or even if you're out and about. So say I'm at a restaurant, I need a ride home, I turn on my Revo app, and then all of my favorite drivers, if they're within the vicinity and they're available, I'm going to be able to choose from those individuals first. So this encourages our drivers to, one, give better customer service, because it's an opportunity for them to go and build their own clientele. And imagine if you're a driver, normally when you're a driver, you just turn on your app and you hope for the best that you're going to get enough rides today to get you the money that you need. And sometimes that happens and sometimes that doesn't. But imagine if you have 30, 40, or 50 regulars all through the week that are getting rides on a regular basis, and they're scheduling it out. So now you have a little bit more control of what your income looks like. And you're honestly giving the driver an opportunity to build a business within our business. Again, they don't have to deal with a lot of the overhead and things that come with the headaches of owning a rideshare company. But now they can actually go and build their clientele. It encourages their drivers to go and recruit more customers, whether they're friends, their family, strangers off the street, coworkers, what have you. It really gives them an opportunity to build up that business. So, and that's why we're better for drivers. Again, we wanted to give the power back to the drivers and the customers. So we pay them more. Our customers pay less. Everyone has an opportunity to earn with us just by referring people out. And the fourth thing, again, we're built on the blockchain. We spent millions of dollars building our whole back end. We're going to have everything built on the blockchain. And then very soon, in a very short amount of time, we're actually going to be releasing our own cryptocurrency that's going to have real world utility to it. Because most cryptos out there, they're just speculation. They're meme coins or whatever. And you can't really do anything with them. You can't use them for services. You can't buy things. Sometimes you can use Bitcoin and stuff to buy things, but very few retailers actually accept crypto. But with us, our currency is going to be used on our platform. So we're going to have the ability to purchase rides at a discount. So if I'm out and about at a restaurant and I go to, say, one of the other rideshare apps and it's $50, But then I go to Revo and it's say $45. But then it says, hey, if you purchase the ride with our Revo tokens, then you can actually get that ride at $40 and save an extra $5. And then we're going to walk that customer through purchasing the tokens right through the app. Then they're going to then be able to pay for their ride. And then, that's actual real life utility. We're having the purchase of the tokens. We're having the use of the tokens on our app to actually pay for a service. And then everybody's going to be able to earn the tokens, whether you're a rider or a driver. It's going to be a transactional deal. So if you're a customer, it's almost like frequent flyer miles. So every single time you take a ride, you're earning the tokens. You can use those tokens to purchase other rides in the future. So just like, at any kind of frequent flyer mile program, we're going to have the same thing. But drivers at the same time are also going to be able to earn the tokens just by giving rides. And again, this is on top, in addition to what they're earning with the driver portion. We pay our drivers in cash. We don't pay them in crypto. This, again, is a bonus in addition on top of. And the drivers, if they want to buy gas or anything else, they can actually sell their tokens on we may not be on public exchanges right away, but we'll have our own private exchange where they'll be able to sell our tokens to other customers looking to buy them. And we're even going to have some node ownership and some mining opportunities available as well. So again, we're revolutionizing the technology that goes into rideshare, but we're also starting a rideshare revolution and giving the power back to the drivers and the customers. So that's really what Revo is all about. Right now, we are open in 4 cities. So we opened up our first city or cities March 1st, which was Miami, Florida. We're also in Jupiter, Florida, and then West Palm. On St. Patty's Day, we just opened up the New Orleans market. So now we're open in New Orleans. And then we just had a conversation and a meeting in Nashville with Rodney and Paul. So Paul is actually out in Nashville right now. And we're looking at opening up the Nashville market. And we're just spreading fast and furious. And we're going to try to take over as much market share as possible and open up a city near you. So if you want to get started with us, then all you need to do is sign up as either a customer or a driver. You can get your own referral links, and then you can start helping open up your city. If you want to have a direct conversation with me and we can have that discussion, you can always just reach out to me at alex@revoride.com, and then we can talk about it. I'm working with about 6 different cities right now where we have people that they're drivers, but they're also interested in the passive income and the business opportunity, because they see the writing on the wall that if they go bring in thousands of customers and thousands of drivers, it may get to the point where they don't ever have to drive again. Now they can just work on the business portion and then have the side hustle and passive income coming in every time people take or receive rides. They're going to get paid. So that's really kind of what we're doing. So all you need to do is just join up with us, reach out to me or whoever else invited you to the platform, and then let's just start having that discussion. We're actually getting ready to open up certain cities on a scheduled ride only basis. So again, customers can schedule rides up to 30 minutes in advance or further out if they want to do a further ride. And then we're going to allow those drivers to be in a queue, and then they can start accepting those rides. And then here in a very short time, the customers will actually be able to favorite their drivers, and then our drivers will be able to go and start building their clientele and really start building out their business, building out the cities, and then we can start opening up everywhere. So, but that's our business. That's Revo Rideshare. That's what we're all about.
Okay, I love that, man. You did a great job. I had a list of questions, and just when you kind of went through them one by one, what I was going to ask. So you must have presented this before, because you basically answered, yeah. So you started these cities. How did those initial launches go that started on March 1st? How's that going so far?
So far, it's great. We have rides and drives happening every single day. And again, this is all organic. It's all word of mouth. So if we open up a city, we're not immediately to have millions of people on there and rides and stuff happening. But as we grow and as people start finding out about it, that, hey, as a customer, I can pay less money, or as a driver, I can make more money, or as either I can go and earn money on the residual income program through referrals, it's just growing faster and faster. And it's going to go viral like a cat video on TikTok before you know it. So
Awesome. Love that. So this is something that like drivers can run this in tangent with Uber and Lyft, right? Like they can
Oh,
be members of
absolutely.
all of them. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. When I was a driver, I multi-apped all the time because you don't have any loyalty as a driver. You just turn on whatever app is going to give you the ride that pays you what you want to get paid. Some drivers, they have certain standards. And that's the thing. When you're only getting paid 40 to 45%, you kind of have to be picky because you don't want to waste time on less rides. But with Revo, since you're making a majority of that fare, everything minus just a buck, even the small rides, you're making a pretty good wage on. But plus, it gives you an opportunity to build a relationship with the customer and add to your book of business and have that regular clientele.
Yep, absolutely. And as this is starting out, there's not going to be as many rides requested as Uber and Lyft. But again, if this is something that people can add on as it's building up, I think that it was a great option. If any drivers are in those cities right now, I would recommend you get signed up. Does it cost anything to get signed up for as a
You
driver?
That's a beautiful thing. We don't charge anything to be part of our platform. It is absolutely free to join as a driver, to join as a customer. Everybody gets referral codes and everyone can earn off of the program. Our drivers make more. And then once we have that crypto piece and the blockchain piece, that's going to be another avenue that people can make passive income. So absolutely costs nothing. And that's where we wanted to keep it. No cost to join. Drivers make more, customers pay less. Everyone earns money by sharing us out.
Awesome. I love that. Are there any apps that you know of? One challenge I have with ride sharing. So, like, I landed in Austin. Went on a trip this week, landed in Austin, and then I want to know what's the cheapest ride share app, but I have to go on to Uber, check. I have to go on to Lyft and check. And then if there's this one too, is there any app that just puts these all together and shows here's the cheapest ride share price that you can get that you know of?
There's apps out there that do it. I don't know if they're necessarily publicized. Like we are running an algorithm program which we're building into our system, which will be able to check in real time what that ride is going to cost with other platforms, so that way we know, and then we can just make it cheaper. Again, we always want to be cheaper for the customer, so we know what everyone else is charging, and then we can make it less expensive. And we've run multiple experiments where we've taken the same exact ride with Lyft and Uber or Revo, and we'll have two people in two different cars going to the same exact place, and it's cheaper with us, and it's cheaper every single time, and that's what we want. So, is there an app publicly out there that lets you know? But there is the promise that we will always be cheaper for the customer, and we have that algorithm built in there to make it so, and we'll always pay our drivers more, and then everybody can earn just by sharing us out. So even if the price was the same, just because the drivers make more and you can share us out and earn money, that is hands down above the rest what the other guys are doing. So
I love that. Yeah, that would be really good marketing. Is if there was an app that showed the prices of all of them, and Revo was always up at the top, as the cheapest. Sign up for Revo. So I don't know. Maybe that'd be cool. That's something I would use. Maybe I
that
should
could
go
be your
build it.
side hustle. You can go start
Yeah,
building an app for it.
maybe I go build an app. Sometimes that's what you got to do. You can't find anything that does quite what you want, so you got to build it yourself. Love
That's what
that.
we did. That's what we did.
Awesome. Can you talk about this live training here? We actually have somebody who's close to Jupiter who is wanting to know about this. What goes on here? Is this going to be something that's recorded that people can watch later? Are you going to be doing more of these? Tell us a little bit about the training side of it.
No, absolutely. So with this, it's opening a business within our business. So you can start your own company within our company, whether it's on the referral side or on the driver side. But a lot of people they looking for passive incomes. But again, there's a lot of those gurus that charge you a lot of money for being able to learn their secret. So we do a lot of free trainings all throughout the week. We have all of those recorded. So if you go to your back office, everyone gets a back office with Revo, whether you're a driver or a customer. And that's how you can get your referral codes. We have all of the training materials in there, the marketing materials in there. We have templates for different things and give you all the resources to build your business. We built the track, and you can run the race at your own pace, is what Tony, one of our partners, always says. But this particular training, this is going to be a live training, April 20th and the 21st. This is going to be in Jupiter, Florida, at the Twisted Tuna. So the Twisted Tuna, actually the owners of that are some of the partners within our company. And it's some amazing food, some of the best seafood that you're going to have out there in Florida. But within this training. So it's going to be a hands-on training for the weekend where we're going to teach you how to go and grow this business, how to go and talk about it, what kind of marketing materials, what's working, what's not working, all of the things that you need to learn on how to get your business going within our business. We're going to teach this at this training, and it's only $100, and that's just to be able to come down and spend the weekend with us. And that's all that you have to spend. We will have some virtual opportunities as well. So if you can't make it down to Jupiter, Florida, but you still want to learn more about it, then you can always purchase a ticket and get a virtual invite. You'll get a link, you'll get to see everything live. And then we will have that recorded that we can send that out. And we want to do these all over the country because I know I'm trying to open up Phoenix here very, very shortly, as well as Vegas and New York and Nashville and a bunch of other cities. So as we open up more cities, we're going to have more trainings. We've been doing trainings like this every single quarter since the inception of our business about 3 years ago. And it gives us an opportunity to really kind of guide people, to teach them, to also give that whole motivation rah thing. So a lot of the people within our company, they walk stages on people and they talk for a living. They hang out with people like Grant Cardone and all of these other people that are very prevalent in the market. So that's what they do for a living. So for $100 versus spending $10,000 for some of these other programs, you get $100 to really learn about a company that cares about its people, cares about its driver, and wants to help you earn and help us with the revolution. Because if we charge a bunch of money, it's going to kind of limit us on who's going to join our company. But if we make it a free opportunity and we have a free army or free people's army and we pay them to go market for us, we feel like that's the best strategy to go and take over the rideshare industry.
Okay, very good. I love it. So if you want to be a driver, can you give the list of cities that it's available in right now again?
Yep. So right now we're in Miami. We're in Jupiter, Florida. We're also in West Palm Beach, Florida, and we're in New Orleans. In a very short time, we're going to be opening up after April 1st, once we have some of these scheduled rides and different opening up cities in a very fast action. So like I said, I have about 6 different cities I'm working with. And what are the guidelines to open up a city? Well, we really just need to have a presence of people that want to be builders, because we have drivers, we have riders, and we have promoters or builders, people that want to build their business. So as long as we have some kind of presence, we have drivers. Again, we need drivers. And then those drivers, they just need to start bringing on clientele, at least for the scheduled ride portion. But once we get to over 200 customers with the app actually downloaded and ready to go, well, then we can start talking about opening up the city for full-blown rideshare. And that's going to be happening over the next month or two. We're going to be opening up quite a few cities. So.
Okay, absolutely. So what I would like everybody in the audience to do is to go to this website and sign up at least as a rider, okay? Because down here you can select either rider, driver, or both. And every one of you is going to at least be a rider, okay? So I would like you to go and just sign up just so they can see kind of interest and where it is and things like that. And if you're a driver, would love for you to just get signed up. Again, want to try to get in at ground level, get this thing going. I think there is need for competition in the space, just because, like you said, I've seen the price of rideshare just skyrocketing. It was a 12-minute drive from my airport to my hotel, and it cost me $75. And I know it was it was a time where a lot of flights had just landed and things like that. But that's ridiculous. And then the driver, he asked me, how much did you have to pay for this? And I told him, I don't know if he was supposed to ask that, so I won't say his name. But he said, oh, I'll probably only get, like you said, $20 or maybe even less from this, even though I was paying 75. So yeah, Uber, Lyft just taking so much of it. And you can tell by their revenue that they're making a lot of money from it. So I love to see competition in the space. So want to help succeed. So everybody go here and sign up. Justin is my community manager. He's from Canada. Any plans to go out of the U.S. in the near future?
Absolutely. We're actually already in the process of getting set up in Canada. We have to have certain things happen. We have to be able to get, in order to operate out there, we have to do certain things. We're already working on that. We're going to be in Canada in a very short amount of time. And then also, because we're building this on the blockchain, and we will have our own cryptocurrency here soon, and basically decentralizing our company, it's going to make it very easy for us to expand internationally. So that's going to be coming here very, very soon.
Okay, love it. Well, thank you so much, audience. Thank you guys for coming and watching. Again, this is something that can help your life, just a new rideshare service at the very least. But this could potentially be a side hustle for you, or it could be a business of you building other drivers. So there's kind of three options for you. One is just a consumer, one as a side hustle, and one as building your own business. So would love for you to go and sign up for one of those three. But thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate you guys each and every day. Alex, thank you so much for coming on, presenting this to us. I would love to have you back just as, you know, things kind of progress and new cities are opened up. I'd love to have you back on. Just, you know, we can just do a brief, hey, here's what's been going on with Revo since had you back on. But thanks so much for coming on and presenting this to us today.
No, absolutely. I appreciate you letting me on the platform and being able to spread the word. Again, everyone, come join the revolution. We want to put the power back to the drivers and back to the customers. And this is your opportunity to jump on with something at ground level. And it's going to be a fantastic ride. We're not doing this to sell out to Lyft and Uber later. We're doing this to make them change or get out of the way. So join the revolution, join up with us. And earn some passive income at the same time. But I appreciate it. And everyone, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, everyone. God bless you all. Have a happy Easter, and we will talk to you.
Every day,